Yes, you must have noticed there is this issue of iPhones trending right now. I wouldn't even want to get into who is right or wrong. I'm here to talk about what this moment exposes about our business culture. At its very core, this whole thing is not about phones. It's about information asymmetry. Yes, that dangerous gap between what one person knows and what the other doesn't. And that gap, my brother, is where many businessmen build empires of deceit. Now, I am not saying anyone committed fraud. From what we all know, the phones are upgraded iPhone XRs into iPhone 17 look-alikes, and that's not illegal by itself. Where it may become questionable is how it is being presented. But if customers fully understand they are buying an upgraded device, that's okay. But if they are made to believe it's a brand new iPhone 17, that's not creativity, it becomes mispresentation. And this is where business ethics comes in. In business law and ethics, profit is justified by value and not manipulation. If you find a product, build a network, import it, take a risk, and add your markup, that's okay. That is what we call entrepreneurship. But when you deliberately hide cheaper sources, create artificial scarcity, inflate prices, and then market that deceit as exclusive knowledge, that's no longer business, it's economic exploitation. Now let's break this down like accountants, not influencers. Emotions aside, business by definition is an exchange of value. You may bring skill, service, or supply, then I bring money. But when profit no longer aligns with real value, margins are powered by ignorance instead of innovation, then what you are doing is not value creation, it's value hijacking. So when someone decides to expose how that system works, it should not be seen as betrayal. That is transparency, and of course, we all know transparency is always the enemy of oppression. You see, in every developing economy, information is power, and those who control information control wealth. When knowledge becomes public, power shifts from a few hands to many. That's why gatekeepers hate exposure. Because once the truth is out there, they lose the leverage that keeps everyone beneath them. Let's not romanticize deceit and call it business. If your entire model depends on people not knowing, then your empire is built on sand. And the moment someone decides to speak out, it crumbles. Now, some people may want to see it as destroying another man's hustle. But what kind of hustle, if I may ask? A hustle built on hiding the truth, on profiting from ignorance? It is not a hustle. That's a con in corporate clothing. In business ethics, this is what we call fraudulent mispresentation. When you intentionally hide material facts to gain unfair advantage, that's not a strategy, it's deception. So exposing such a system is not deformation, it's whistleblowing. And you know what? Whistleblowers are never loved because they disrupt the silence that protects the powerful. They pull down the curtain and reveal how the game has been rigged against the average consumer all along. Let's be clear. The consumer is not stupid. They are just starved of real information. They are tired of being told that that's how it works by the same people who benefit from keeping them in the dark. So when someone finally sheds light on a manipulative model, the beneficiaries will cry betrayal, but the victims will call it liberation. As an accountant, I can only see this from a numbers and values lens. Profit must always be commensurate to investment, not powered by deceit. Otherwise, you are not building wealth. You are merely redistributing poverty. And that's the root of inequality in many African economies. The rich don't always get rich because they worked any harder. They often got there because they knew something others didn't and chose to weaponize that knowledge. But when the knowledge becomes accessible, oppression begins to collapse. So, no, this is not about spoiling another man's business. It is all about redefining business ethics in our generation. It's about building a culture where success is rooted in fairness, not secrecy, where information flows freely, where entrepreneurs compete on innovation, not ignorance. Because if the truth can destroy your business, then your business was never built on truth. So let's stop worshiping deceit as smart business and start promoting honesty as a currency of trust. That's how we bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, not by silencing those who reveal the truth, but by empowering consumers with knowledge. When people know better, they buy better. When they buy better, they demand better. And when they demand better, systems start to change. In the end, the question is simple. Do you want an economy built on secrets or on standards? Because you can't build a just society on unjust profit. That's not business. That is betrayal. And the real betrayal is not in exposing the lie, it is in keeping quiet while millions keep getting deceived.